Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. It is Fight Night number 36, brought to you by Saberlight Knights and the wonderful people from SMAF, as well as Mando Core and Kai Sabers. All these cool people coming together just to watch a bunch of old fat nerds hit each other with glow sticks. I love it.
And we got a new one tonight with Kay, Sensei
Yeah,
of
right.
California.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
And the Nick is always a fan favorite, so we got him as well.
Yay. Yeah. Oh, cool. This is going to be AJ versus Joe. I love this. This is my brother fighting AJ. AJ is long and tall and he's got a great reach and is strong. So, and then my brother, who's only a couple inches taller than me, but Joe's fun to watch because he has a really interesting fighting style. So
He dances.
yeah.
I love a good dance. I used to take ballroom. I used to take ballroom dancing when I was younger, so I'm a fan of dancers.
Yeah, there he is in the green and white there. Joe, you'll see we lovingly call him the ballerina.
I love that. Nice and simple. Just nice little tickle on the chest. I like that.
Mhm.
Good way to start it.
Yep. Yeah.
You see Joga?
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. Got to plant that back foot though when you're lunging there, buddy.
Yeah.
We just talked about that for an hour.
Yeah. Well, AJ is so strong though too, so you really need to be able to defend against that. He'll just move your saber right out the way.
I'm a huge fan of where you guys practice. It looks so flippin' gorgeous out there. Like, I am so jealous.
With those lights, because when it gets dark, we can just keep going.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, man.
Do it. Why don't you bring this to the dark? I want to do it. Come on. Let's go. We get hit by everything.
I'm kind of surprised fighter on the left isn't really like bodying the person on the right. I think that's AJ right on the left.
Yep. AJ. Yep.
AJ isn't. He's kind of being a gentle giant right now, and it's kind of. I feel like I've said this about him before too, but like he's kind of a gentle giant, and it's always kind of like weird to see him like almost hold back.
Well, I don't know if it's holding back. I think he's got a better idea of a center line, right, compared to the fighter on the right. The fighter on the right is he kind of opens himself up every time he attacks.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of he's in the flow. He's just understanding. Okay, this is what I can do, right? This is what I'm going to do, and he hasn't really seen a little bit of any contestation yet, right? So it's not forcing him out of his box. I don't know. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, it's interesting because the stereotype with tall fighters is they'll just body you because they're tall, they're scary, and they big boys.
That's right.
And girls.
They usually got reach too, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. It's interesting because he's not fitting the stereotype, and I like it and I appreciate it. It's not necessarily holding back.
He hasn't done it yet, but he is a strong fighter that actually more 45-ish, and that he will just clear the blade almost out of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
He actually took me out of our tournament doing that same thing. I was trying to get a little too fancy, and I mean, he just literally cleared the blade out at 90 angles or 90.
Ooh, that was a great little strike to the hands.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty.
You'll actually see some Chinese sword play as well as some other things. You'll see classical fencing.
Oh, nice. Got him on the hand again. Nice.
Yep. In the background, you hear me explaining there were some people watching, and so they were trying to figure out what we were doing, and so it was a chance for us to be evangelists for Saberlight Knights as well as SMAF and all the other Saber organizations.
Yeah.
Look at him. And he got the point.
He did it so gently. I love it.
We do try to teach martial art. In other words, we very specifically, we're like, look, you only just need to touch them, and
nice.
we teach control.
Excellent.
You know, you don't really need to smash through a guy's guard necessarily. You just need to find a way around it. And again, as a martial artist, we're more about control, and I can touch you. You know that I hit you. That's it.
And I honestly think this fight really demonstrated that well, because there is not a lot of crazy blade action. It really was just going around. So I think what you just said fits perfectly with what I just saw, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. Now this is myself versus AJ, and again, he's so friggin' strong and long, and again, trying to find my way around that long reach. You'll see a lot of that, and he does very well. He's this is one of the reasons why he was able to put Ryan even out, because he'll come with it if he needs to, but because a lot of us don't have that strength, we have to find ways around him, and so he's adapting to, okay, well, maybe I need to flow a little bit more, maybe I need to move a little bit and just go for this touch versus crash, like that. So he's really picked that up, and he's really, really good with it.
Got a lot more precise too.
Quick. Yep, there he goes.
He's definitely using his length a little bit more already. I can see a bit of a difference. Yeah, he's posting now. Like, yeah, he's a little bit more scared of you. He's a little bit more scared. Oh, get him, Roland. Hit him where it hurts.
Now, when you say he's strong, does it just mean his arm strength is strong?
Well,
He is. He clears a blade off midline very, very well.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Better than most of our guys.
In a one hand to one hand comparison? Okay.
One hand to one hand, but he's more of a two-hand fighter. Watch him, he starts at two hands and then he breaks him to one.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's doing it more this fight.
Yep.
And the other thing is, even when you're hitting, say, his blade, I want to move his blade out a lot, but it's almost like hitting a pole. I might as well just hit nothing. So he's got really strong defense. So it's either that, or when he comes against you, it's like crap. So yeah.
You know, before even as much as he moves his saber, he actually has a very understanding of that center line. And so I think that's what's difficult, trying to find that opening.
Yep.
And he's very good in, like you said, moving saber out and looking for openings when his opponent loses the center line.
Oh my God, there was that strength.
That was a good one.
I saw that blade bend.
Yep. And he will find that opening. Really, he's much better at finding the openings now.
There's that small one underneath. Yeah.
Yep. Before, not so much. He was a blade clearer. Now he's finding little tiny little openings.
Good job,
Look at that.
That was cute. I like that.
Wait.
Good job.
Oh,
You kind of hear the roll.
Nice.
You're not being as aggressive as you normally are. Like normally you're like in people's face and you're backed off a little bit on him.
That was well done.
That was a fun one. Here's Joe versus Ryan.
okay.
And this is always, we like fighting each other. I gotta say, we like it. And Ryan is so good. He'll just picks you apart. And especially with Joe comes out at every single different angle. He'll find another place to just poke you. So, and keeps his blade fluid.
Okay. Oh, a little bit of spice there. I like the spice.
Yep.
Where's that backflip, Ryan? I'm waiting for the backflip.
That's later.
This was, not this fight, but 2 days later, and yeah, I took that out because it was embarrassing.
Oh, I was actually
I did
hoping
keep
that would
fighting
be in
from the
this.
ground. I will say that.
I was really hoping we would get to see it.
Hey Ryan, you're really deliberate with your strikes, like in your blade movement there. So
I was fighting with a shorter blade, trying to work on some movement with this, so I had to fight a little bit different than I normally do.
Yeah. He put himself at a disadvantage specifically to learn some things.
best time and place to learn something.
Yep. And this is exactly why we do it, so that we can push each other's boundaries. And what are you doing? What am I doing? Try something new. Try something here.
Gotcha.
So, Nick, what I was specifically working on here was what one thing you touched on tonight was getting that laid out before you move. I can make myself faster.
Striking first and then following it up with the body.
Correct. Now, whether I succeed or not is a question, but at least I was trying.
Hey man, it all starts from trying, right?
Right.
That got him. Woof. Good job.
This is a good fight. This is really fun.
Oh,
That was close. Ooh. The divorce shot
Mm-hmm.
gets him every time. I gotta say, I appreciate that everyone's ankles look a little thicker in this one. So I'm glad about that. I was very nervous about that last video, but this one's good.
are those baseball shin guards?
For Ryan, I think there's big, huge. Those are like what, umpire shin guards or something like that.
Another hockey.
They're hockey shin guards.
Hockey shin guards, yeah.
Dang. A lot of second intention stuff. Like there's always a primary action, and then there's always a secondary, like what the actual thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are doing a lot of that in this. It's refreshing. You don't actually see that a lot in lightsaber combat. You see a lot of,
Okay, go.
I'm gonna just hit you,
Yeah.
I like it. This is nice. That's a good breath of fresh air. Oh, that was fun. This is great.
No, I think this is a little bit of Jarkai.
Okay.
What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna ask. What do you guys primary study? Like saber, or is it just homegrown?
Well, we do study mainly saber, the standard saber, with Courtney, and we're going through sort of the 7 different forms, et cetera, et cetera. We all have different martial backgrounds and things, but mainly, specifically like us, it's just a lot of a lot of Form 1, Form 2, Form 3.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this we're picking up a little bit more, playing in sort of. I get to play with dual wield. I love my Kali stuff. So
Jarkai is so much fun.
Yeah. This is where I get my Filipino on. Yeah, and you need 5 eyes in order to be able to see any scoring.
Yeah, I hate reffing Jarkai matches. I can never tell what's going on. Well, I can tell, but it's just like knowing who is hit win. Ooh.
Fight for the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. He came across Chad the knuckle to.
Our guys have good honor, so it makes it look like you do.
Thank God. Oh my gosh.
Hey, without that, it's not fun. Anyways, it's like, especially when you're trying something new and you're trying to get more proficient at it.
Yeah, that, and it really doesn't help anybody to like pretend you didn't get hit because you're improving or you're just trying to win and you want to be improving, and it's not really a win anyway. So
because you're only lying to yourself, and
and even if you're the better one of the pair, right? It's like I used to have a football coach that would always tell me, "What are you trying to do? You're not helping the offense out. You're not having the defense out. Why are you trying to be a superstar?" It's like you gotta help each other out, do the right thing. So
Yep. Call your shot, take your hit.
I was like, oh man, I got hit. How many times did I walk away a little bit?
Yeah. And you get better. And look at how that's AJ moving like that, as big as he is.
I don't know. I'm liking the aggression out of you.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping it in that corner there.
And you guys got a good base. It's like, you guys are fighting for the inside, which is really hard to defend, right? And especially with, what I like to call chopstick, it's hard. It's hard to fight, defending the inside like that. So, that's a good way to pick up.
Okay.
There you go.
Beautiful.
God, man. You guys are so good at this. Like I'm so awful when I try this stuff. You guys make it look so easy, and it's not. I know it's not. I've tried it for years.
Everyone should take Filipino martial arts.
Many years, so
yeah. Everyone should learn Kali.
It's so hard. Like I've been trying. It's God.
Start with your Sinawali, man. Start with your basic heaven 6, and then heaven and earth 6, and
I may have 2 hands, but they only have one brain between them, and I can't seem to. I can't. Even though my lesson today was you have to think about both feet. I can't think about both my hands. It's
Like you need to fight like me with them. One is fate, and the other one is.
It's like the anything though. Like you just gotta practice. But the hard thing about dual wield, it's like trying to get your creative side and your logical side to work together. Right, that means your left brain and your right brain, and if you don't continuously do it, it's like trying to rub your tummy and hit your head. Right, it's like it's one of those things. You just gotta practice.
Exactly.
Yep, definitely.
But the beauty is that I'd like to see more Jar-Kai because there's so many variations of two-handed wielding, and being able to go against each other, those different styles. Like I said in the other podcast the other night, I like to see it, its own category. Like
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh, also Jar-Kai.
Yep.
Since we're on Jar-Kai, something that grinds my gears, because that's been me all night, is when people come to my session and they're just like, oh, all these different sword things. Obviously, you know how to use 2 swords at once, right? And I'm just like, fam, I could barely walk from my car to the meeting place. Why do you think I could do this?
Right.
Like it really like for people that are watching us that don't know, like this is like so I can speak 7 languages, right? But all those 7 languages are based on the Greek alphabet. You take this and now you're looking at Eastern languages that are based, and I don't even know Eastern languages that well, but it's based off of symphonics, noises, and I'm just like, to me this is something completely foreign. It's I don't know, like maybe that's how I would compare this. It's like this stuff is so impressive to me.
I use this example a lot, but like in the saber world, right? Single wielding, like there's different levels of doctors, right? Like like single wielding could be an orthopedic surgeon, but when you get into stuff like this is like you're looking at neuroscience. It's like it's a lot more difficult. There's more technique. There's more. So it's one of those things. It's you're right. Like Nick's right. It's like some things could be foreign, even though you're good with one. Like me, I'm a good. I feel like I'm a pretty good dual. Like a two-handed fighter, but dual-handed. I got to give it to people like my juniors in kendo. I have one that teaches at SC, and he that's all he does. So he doesn't fight with a single saber anymore, a single sword.
Yeah.
So there you go. The insight again.
Yeah. One of the things is bisecting and dissecting the body. When you hear drummers talking about it all this time, it's like I'm my right foot, right hand, left hand. Once you understand, okay, you can bisect your body, top half, bottom half. And the other thing is very specifically, and this is the other thing, you can move your hands up all you want, but you're only as fast as your feet. Once you understand that, this still boils down to where's your angle? Are you cutting in or cutting out? How they can only come at you here and here, but if you cut this angle on them, you still.
Oh, nice. That was a nice one.
Oh, that was so clean.
Yeah. Nice step in strike there.
Perfect.
But I was talking about, Nick, where you bait them with one and then quickly come in with the other. So you're really fighting one-handed, but you put bait out over here.
Yep.
Man, when people are like, fight me with 2 swords, I just put my left hand behind my back with the sword and I just use the Kashi.
It's like, let's lessen the targets. Let's not give him as one as you need to.
Yeah, it's man, it's just so impressive. I have mad respect for you guys for doing this. It's just
serious.
so hard.
Serious.
It's also playing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that. But really and truly, when you begin to understand from Filipino martial arts, once you understand that, okay, how to move, how to weave your hands so that they don't get crossed, then it really sort of simplifies things. And it's like, oh, okay, now you can begin to work with different length weapons and things, a sword and a knife or whatever else, because you don't get your arms intertwined and all, you're not hitting yourself anymore. Then it just becomes a matter of simplifying. And so now I'm just finding my angle with my left, protecting with my right, changing my right's so that I might end up defending with the left and then attacking with my right from underneath or over top or something else. That's where it boils down to. But it's really, you have to understand how to weave your arms. But once you understand it's just 1 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 1, and it's a way to simplify it. It definitely does take practice, but I love it so much because hitting with sticks, just 2 sticks, it's so much fun. You get rhythmic and you find some really fun things, and then to learn to double up. And then if you're,
for me, it's the cardio, because it takes a lot more work to do that than, I always say Makashi is like, I did it right the first time. So minimal effort. Whereas this is, working those 2 blades, you get a good workout.
I got a funny story about Filipino martial arts, and this happened about 20 years ago when I was still in my prime. And a buddy of mine at Cal Poly Pomona, that's where I went to school, was he was an FMA practitioner, and his sensei was his guru wasn't as he was only a few years older than we were. And he's like, hey, I want to test you. I heard you're a pretty good fighter. And I was in a tournament circuit back then. I was pretty, it's like 20, I was coming out. And he's like, hey, I'm going to fight you with 2 dry erase markers, right? And you can do whatever you want. And let me tell you, 30 seconds later, I came out of that match. I'm covered. And the thing is, I'm covered here. I'm covered here, right? I'm covered here, right? And we're talking areas that, like, like you're, if like they say,
your femoral arteries,
everything's gone. And I'm like, holy cow. But the thing is Roland, what you're talking about right now about, understanding, making sure your arms aren't, he's so fluid. But the reason why he's so fluid is because, like you said earlier, his footwork was awesome. Yeah. And I was always clowning, female, Filipino martial art guys, because they cross their legs, right? But the thing is that in most Eastern martial arts, you don't get people who cross their legs, right? But the thing is what got me is that crossing the legs means it's centrifugal force. They move in circles. Hence the reason why the speed in the short distance, I was marked up like crazy. So no, I like Nick was saying, I got mad respect, coming out of that fight. It gave me another perspective of like, man, if I went head to head with this guy and he had 2 knives, I mean, my arms are dead. Yeah. And I'd be bleeding on his
on the ground. You would have bled out and so fast. That's the thing is it's so much, like I say, once you begin to really get into it and understand it, honestly, I really just, if you understand, it's a way of simplifying everything so that you can understand. It's like there's only so many angles of attack, and my arms can only move just in so many different ways. Then it's a matter of, okay, well then this same block clears both right and left, and then this one does the same thing. This one shuts down, and then I can move that in and out, and I can make this, what was a defense, become an attack. That's when you've made, when you make your defense your attack and your attack your defense. Those are the things that really just sort of, again, that's why when Wyatt and I are always discussing these things, and when we talk about this stuff, it's, to me, I'm a martial artist. I tend to focus more on the art, and that's why I really enjoy it. And we talk about, okay, those are the guys that are tournaments guys. Those are the guys that are martial artists, and where's your focus? Are you a martial artist or are you a martial artist? And it's just a philosophy. It's just the schools of thought. But that blending is so interesting to me. And once you really begin to understand how the body moves, then it's like, oh, this is so cool. And then you can begin to really see some wonderful things come out of this. And that's why I find fights beautiful in the science of them, and finding angulations and finding different ways. And had he just not moved his head right here, he never would have connected. But yet there it was. It's all those types of things. And it's just those, when it's a matter of inches or less,
centimeters.
It's beautiful.
Millimeters.
Yep.
And that is the funny thing is, when you come across people that that actually have a grasp of that, it's like, for me, it makes me want to fight them more. So it's like, I get this kind of Goku kind of mentality. Hey, let's go again. Let's go again. Right?
And that's why I
know Nick's like that too. It's like,
Well, you see us talk. I mean, when we're in the middle of the fight, we're like, "Yes, oh, that was so good. Did you hear that?" You know, yeah. You see us. We're all. That was so great.
Yeah.
That's why Ryan keeps fighting to people like Joe and me and everybody else. Like, look, this is so much fun. Do it again.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's awesome.
It'll be more of a dancing one.
Oh, the fangs are out.
Yep.
We call that praying mantis in
Oh, yeah,
penguins.
of course. Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that. Joe's got D and he's still. Oof.
Joe 1, Ryan 0, fight.
1-2.
1-1, fight.
Yes. You know, I like Ryan. I like the fact he uses 2 levels of fighting, upper, lower, right? Differentiating. A good fighter, especially in karate, like Eastern martial arts, they tend to use those levels very well. Even with the Kali guys, right? They use the upper, lower, upper, higher, upper, high. It keeps people guessing all the time.
Quick.
All about deception.
Joe got 6-2, fight. Valerie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That was funny because he didn't know he got hit, but I literally just kind of just scraped right down the plaster on there.
Yeah, you just gently got him on the plastic.
And just to give you a lunge on that one too, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about, Nick, though, with the bait and switch?
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Like, I'm all for it.
Almost.
Oh man, like you make it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. I agree.
Like I've been trying to do this stuff for like 2 years now, and I've had people show me Kali, and it's just like a whole other world. It really is. Oh my gosh. I would love to see you guys go up against Jason from San Diego Sabres.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
who's
As a fighter, and I was impressed. I would love to fight him.
You guys, I think you guys have a good time with him.
yeah? Who else is Jason's buddy? The other guy that does the I can't remember his name.
Demius? Matt
Oh yeah,
Demius?
Matt, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see you guys go up against them because, oh man,
Both of them are really good.
they're so. Ooh, you did get him there. Okay,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
it was clean. It was beautiful. It looks like half the time you guys are just like going up and down with the sticks. Like it doesn't really look like anything, but then you do something with it. It's so interesting.
Watch it from the other side because there's the circling, then they move it back and forth, and so it's that type of a weaving where you're in and out, and so from this side it just is this.
But we got 2 different dynamics. We got one coming this way, and one coming inside.
Yep.
Right, or vertical this way too. So
See, and when the blade's clearing or coming up and defending this way like this, and so yeah, exactly. So it's swimming. That's what you see Joe doing.
Oh, that was so nice. Right when you were saying swimming too, I could see him like actually doing like freestyle stroke.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
that was beautiful.
You do see Joe do a lot of swimming.
Huh.
Even when Joe's doing single saber, you'll see him move that blade around, snaking.
I'm gonna steal that swimming move. I think that swimming move I
All
could
right.
use. That's
So
pretty nice.
this fight gets a little bit wild. So
Yeah.
watch I think it's like the second or third exchange, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's Jarkai tonight. Oof, look at that.
you got Blossom style on one side.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Like I said, it just gotten very precise.
Yep. Good.
Nice block. Well, good attempt block, I should say.
Yeah, it's still slipped in, but
I saw what it could have been, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he does the single weave so well. That single weave is just so fluid. Ah.
And it's funny because it's like it's not his train. He's not trying to do it fast. He's just trying to, hey, I want position. I want position. I want position. I want position. Oh, that was awesome.
Find your way. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Good.
Oh, and slipping in. Nice.
And
Those were good exchanges.
And see, the thing is, when you begin to work this with the double clock and all the rest of this stuff, that the lessons that you learn from this carry over into your single sword work, so you can begin to do some wonderful things when you understand the angles. That if I can do this with 2 swords, obviously I can begin to do this with 1.
Yeah.
And suddenly you find yourself figurating all the way around people's blades, and they don't know where you're coming from. Look.
There you go. Honestly, it's almost like you guys are fighting for position. It's like, look, I want here, I want here, I want here, I want here.
Yeah. It's more about clearing the blades so that you can find your way in. Nope, I can't find.
Oh,
nice.
that was nice.
Yes,
Nice.
Good.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Hey, nice retort there though. Good timing.
And then that length.
Oh my gosh, the length got him on that one.
Yeah.
Click. Yep. That was right. I love hearing that. Good.
Inside, outside. That choppy inside does work though, especially a fluid, fluid motion. So. Oop. Excuse me, I'm
Who knows?
right
Who's
back.
trying to get a score?
Yeah. Quick.
Didn't quite make it as far as I thought I'd
7-6. Because it was 7-5, then this is 7-6.
Classic mistake.
There, look.
Oh my gosh, that was so minimalistic.
Ooh.
Yeah. 7.
Yep. 7. Just. Ooh. Got him. Great footwork, Ryan.
9, 7, fight.
Just because he's playing with that.
What's also like super impressive, you guys are getting close to your own bodies, but not hitting your own bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit myself in the leg all the time with 1 sword, let alone 2.
Good job.
It was a good fight with
That was so good.
Now we're gonna go into the second night, which has a little bit different fighters. So Chico's a newer fighter who I've been training, and we still have Joe. I think we got Michael Sprague in this one, and Chris.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Chico's a very physical fighter.
Yo, look at that armor though. We got some Saiyan armor up in here.
Yes, we love that. Oof.
This is a language I can understand.
Very, very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about this is Chico is normally a two-handed fighter, so he's working on his one-handed fighting.
He's working on that one-handed stuff because it's not normally his thing.
And I would go so far as to call Joe a very, very good one-handed fighter. So the fact that Chico is winning right now is very impressive.
Start charging 25 cents every time we got to throw it back.
He's challenging above and below.
Fully
and
extend
he's
that
coming.
back leg. Oh, the buckling of the back leg is killing me.
Especially because we just talked about it tonight, right?
I know, right?
Well, he's young. He's in his 20s. He can get by with that right now.
Oh, I'm 26 and my knees are already hating me for being bad at it.
Yeah, I'm 40 and I'm fat, and it's like, okay, it's hard. It's hurting to look at too.
It'll catch up very quickly.
But I love this. I love this mixed change. You know, you got one. You know, he's very, very direct, very, very linear, and you got one that's very kind of like looking at Saber.
Ooh.
You know, the Saber, the guard there, and so.
Yeah, that comes from the weaving that you find in Filipino martial arts. When you can find all these different angles around, suddenly you've got, okay, so you have one point that's just simply coming in at you. Well, you've got all kinds of different things that you can go around this one blade for. So why not move around that blade? And then suddenly he's threatened because it's suddenly on top of his blade when he was expecting it to be underneath.
Yeah.
Little Jiwoo style. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. The other side of being that linear fighter is when you run right into the blade.
Right into it, yeah. And that's where it gets hard for for line judges because they don't know which one is faster, right? Is it moving into it, or is it actually counter striking, right? So.
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, just dropped right in.
Beautiful.
There. See, and Chico's beginning to pick up. Notice how he's having to work his blade now. Notice how before it was almost a cut every single time. Now he's beginning to angle his blade even inside of this one fight. He's learns fast. He learns so fast.
Cool.
Look, there goes back to two hands.
I disagree with myself there. I think that was Chico first.
It's all right.
It's all good. No worries.
It happens. All right. Me versus Michael Sprague. So Michael Sprague is like
Sprague.
6'3", 250.
He's Warhammer armor.
He used to be a power hitter, but he's gotten a lot more precision fighter, kind of like AJ.
And finesse.
Oh yeah.
You know who's exactly like that was Carrico.
Mm.
And he started out with 40K armor too.
A lot of fishing from the right. I like it.
Yeah. See.
He's testing up and below, high and low.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Sprague will check your distance. He'll
Just
make
a
sure
nice little poke to the mask.
Yeah. He keeps checking you, making sure you're at bay. Don't come in on me. Don't come in on me.
And Ryan, is that still a shorter blade?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You're gonna see me use that to effect shortly. It's not a really good effect, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know, as a Kendo fighter, I always hate the ones that just kind of lay on your shoulder, right? It's like, here you go, I scored. It's like, gotta back up, re-engage. Oh, tip.
There's one.
Oof. That's an oof.
Is this the night that you became the circumciser?
That was it.
We're gonna call him the Moyle.
Right, Ryan's got some power with that one hand too.
Yeah.
That's an inside-outside.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was just beautiful. Yep.
This is a very good fight.
Look.
Oh, that was so close.
I know. He's like, I want to touch him. I want to touch
He
him.
is Oh, Ryan, that was so quick.
I know that was
If you
quick.
sneezed, you would have hit him.
There you go.
Ah,
That
there
was
you go.
better. That
There
was
we
better.
go. Nice little horizontal step, just like that drill we did earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Mike.
Just so good.
So let me stab you in the shin there. Pop. Oh man.
Yeah.
Is that number 2?
Good too.
Yep, number 2.
Mm. Bounce that away.
Even on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Oh, dang.
God dang, man. I think I saw that one fly in the background there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the reflection off of the mirror.
Pat in the tip, man. You're the moil.
Oh. And he goes testing again. Ooh. Oh.
See,
I like
that's the
that.
thing.
I like that read.
Yep. He plays gentle, and then crack. He's strong too. So if he ever wanted to, bang, he just moves right through you.
Oh, there you go. That's
There you
quick.
go. Good.
Ooh, there you go. Good read too.
Yeah.
Force him to switch hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh!
Thought he stabbed you on the belt.
Look.
I think so too.
See the blade work. I love watching. Yes.
There's a lot going on. Ooh, right there. Got him as he pulled back to hit. Oh, that was good.
Nice. Nice.
Well done.
Flow the blade, pop.
Oh, that was
AJ
a
versus Chico. Yeah.
very good fight, though.
These two.
Right down, I'm bringing 2 bottles upstairs.
Look at that.
Ooh, nice. Straighten that leg, Chico. You can get an extra like 4 inches with your lunge. Hey, there you go. You straightened it there. Just do that more. Oh, you messed it up immediately. Oh my God, Chico! I did a 20-minute rant on that today. Are you kidding me? Go back into the past and fix yourself.
Good.
He's headed down to Sun Crusher in November. I'm very excited
nice.
how he does down there.
Cool.
I think you'll have a good time.
I think so
I think
too.
he'll do well.
I would definitely say his armor looks like he's ready for it.
Yes.
He just needs to dye his hair gold and everything.
Yeah.
I guess it's blue now. Huh?
Yeah. Look at AJ swinging around. Oh.
I honest to God, I want to see AJ beat his blade down and just bum rush the man. Like I've been waiting for it this entire time. Like I'm just waiting for it.
Use the size, huh? Use the brawler
Yeah.
Come on, AJ, just body him. Just Come on.
Ooh, you saw the blade bend.
Oh,
You called it.
Definitely blade bend. That was nice
I
though.
saw it, but I wasn't sure. Thank you. Sneaky.
almost.
You think that AJ should range a little bit more? I mean, he's literally like pushing his power than anybody else out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed Chico only does one thing. He lunges and he's not changing his line. He's targeting one area and that's it. And like, it's not staying in his lunge to block or get the remise. It's not, feinting somewhere or beating the blade. It's literally, I'm lunging to where I want to hit and that's it. I think Chico could like destroy AJ if he were to just add a little bit of a whoop-de-doo to it,
Mm-hmm. And a little alley-oop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like what you guys are doing with the Kali. If he did a little bit of swimming or a little bit of fishing with it, like I think he could be a lot better with Makashi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Agreed.
And he's already a beast. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's these minor tweaks, and he will be a monster.
Yeah.
I love watching him grow.
I mean, he's only been fighting for how long?
It's only been 6 months, and most of that's been against the ladder.
Oh, yeah, he's
Oh,
fine
yeah.
then.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
If he's consistent, at a year point, I mean, he's going to be a monster there, and then that's going to give him the more he fights, the more confidence he's going to have. So, win or lose, just encourage him, win or lose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is his first actual sort of fighting with people that he does on the regular, because normally he just fights this ladder that he put a saber onto, and so now he's beginning to actually see what happens when you have a moving saber coming at you that doesn't necessarily come in the same angle that you thought.
Yeah.
So this
Sparring
is why
experience is so important for training. Like you have your training and then you have your sparring, and like
and now
it's
he's
just
playing. These are the things that I want to see. Him playing like that, just ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
It's like, we got some longsword technique here. It's like, well, I'll go change my feet up.
Yep.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Cross cut, cross the back. Oh. Sounds like he was just having fun there anyways, right?
That's exactly.
that was great.
And that's what I want to see so much.
Ooh,
Oh,
former
Christy.
affiliate of the week. Oh
Yes.
boy.
Christy versus Michael Sprague. These are always so much fun
Nice.
because Sprague is an old school karate teacher guy, and Christy is just a noob, and we love her because she just is like, okay, is this how you poke you? Okay, well then I'll do that.
But
Yeah,
her,
no, she just wants she's a sponge. She just wants information. She wants to get better.
Look at
Good honor.
look, and look, she's using two hands now,
She's
and
switching
she's
up.
cutting angles.
And she's literally right there. All she had to do is extend just a little bit more. Right.
Yep.
Her reaction time is faster too.
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
A lot of improvement since I last saw her fight.
Yeah. Look at her.
I see what she's doing. She's doing one of these, right? She's
Yeah.
doing.
She's passing.
So I see an opening here. I'm gonna go this way.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And Sprague is showing her, okay, I'm not going to let you in here. So she goes, okay, well, this is where I'm going to go then.
I think that's the best part because
Yeah.
Christy, who looks like she's half the size, like
Pretty
is
much.
pushing him back, which is how it should be. Short fighters should have the advantage against tall fighters, which
I
is
hate-
something short fighters don't get. If you're short, you have the advantage.
I hate
that.
I hate fighting short fighters. I hate it.
Yes,
I-
hate us, Kay. Hate us.
Man. No, but I mean, like, just for example, if you're lunging and you're stabbing me, right, you're at the optimal angle, right? Even if I go to chop your arm off, right, it's still gonna come up at me, right? I can hit you in the head all year round, but if you dodge that, you have that lower to upper angle. Oh man, it's tough.
I mean, all we have to do is make your Blade's journey longer than our Blade's journey.
Exactly.
That's all we short people have to do. We have to, the hardest part for short people is you need to accept you're gonna get hit. Once you've made peace with the fact you're gonna be in pain, you're gonna kick some serious ass.
Which is where she's at now. And that's why she's having so much fun. Because she doesn't care. His blades, no, I don't care. Boom. Oof.
You know, and part of it is just getting hit. Like Nick said, it's just accept it. You're gonna get hit. That's the game we're playing, right? I mean, hey, that was good.
That was okay.
You know, there isn't somebody that's not hittable. I mean, everybody's hittable.
Right.
So,
that is a true statement. Everyone can be hit. I believe in that.
And I'm loving that she's fine. She's now beginning to work angles and do some things. She wasn't doing that before. She was sort of plotting and stay and okay, I hit you, and a little bit of trepidation because she wasn't sure that this was going to necessarily work. Now she's beginning to play and okay, I'm gonna poke you here. That didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna poke you here, and she doesn't care necessarily about getting hit. Because she's still working on, okay, well, obviously I'm going to get hit because she's still coming from, I'm noob, so obviously I'm going to lose the match anyway. So I might as well poke you too. And once you, like you say, once you understand,
that's healthy.
Okay, then that's when you can begin to grow. And now you're going to get a lot more points when you're willing to, I'll take what I need to in order to begin to learn to defend against and strike. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
It'll be interesting to see how Chico goes against Michael. I'm actually kind of interested to see the comparison between the two.
This is fun.
This is like literally experiences versus you.
See, already a lot different. He's not backing Michael up as much. Michael is more willing to keep his ground against him.
Yeah.
Still pushed it back a little bit. There's a little bit of backward movement.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of tip to tip and testing.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of, it's more about the blade and pushing with the blade. Where you at? Okay.
Good honor.
Ooh. Come on, Michael. Plunge! Oh, okay. Or just do that. Gotta calm down and play. I like it. I like it.
Oh, just commenting on the fact that he's very tense. Like, ease up. Feel a little more relaxed.
You know, there is something to be said. Being too tense and almost too focused can be extremely detrimental to like development. It's something that a lot of people that want to be really good at this really quickly have, because you can't be good if you're 100% tense 100% of the time. It's a lot of
fatigue.
Yeah, it's exhausting. You know, a lot of how I teach kids in fencing is like, just learn a couple things and get really good at them and then play with them and then just like relax. Like, tense is for like lesson time. Sparring time is to like goof around. Goof. Don't be afraid to goof, Chico.
Yep.
I just realized his name is also boy in Spanish. So like I feel like I'm being derogatory towards him now.
Nah, he loves you. He go, that's great. All right. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when we play; it's our natural state, right? I mean, we learn that in kindergarten. So, you know, when we try to deliberately do something, that's when we tense up. We're like, "Oh, I gotta do this! I gotta do this!" And that's where it gets tough.
Learn to no.
Yeah.
I think that play here, though, they're doing a very good range game.
Well, they've been testing each other, you know, all match so far. You know, and try to slip one in. It's okay. Where am I going?
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
Look. Yes. What do you got?
Chico's got this nice tight rotation on his wrist. How he moves his saber.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I think that lends to his more direct angles right now. I think that can be developed in harness in the future.
Imagine if he was more relaxed with it and goofier with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. He has it tight and pretty. Wait until he makes it a little bit dirty. And once you have that beauty,
like that
and then you
dirty.
make it, once you make it a little dirty, it gets harder to recognize.
Yep.
And that's where Ryan telling him, like, chill out. Like, that's the
spot on.
That's the
good coaching.
I was gonna say Lemony Snicket, but that's actually like the Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Yep. Yeah, one thing I remember, because I used to do this to Vince all the time, and a bunch of the other ones. It's like, look,
almost.
It's like I tell him, it's like, what? Stop, breathe, smile, now stab me.
Realize you're using a lightsaber in a public park in Saiyan armor.
Yeah, come on.
And now hit me.
Come on, hit me. Because you need to stop, breathe, relax, let it go, smile. We're having fun. Okay, and now hit me. Once you've realized that you can relax and have fun, now it's okay to hit me. So hit me, but this is what we want. I want you smiling when you hit me. I want you having fun, and then, because if you're I'm in your head, and so therefore I'm winning. That's not what you want as your competitor. No, what you want to do is have fun. You'll be better. You're a better fighter and better competitor for me when you're relaxed and really, really good, because that's when I want to be able to either beat you or be beaten by you. I don't care. But when you're giving me something, then I've got to work, and I've got to really work around it, and I've got to find the things. That's what I want. I want that guy.
Ryan, Jerry Graham fights way better when he's having fun. Right? When he's loose. When he's loose and he's joking and he's having fun, he fights way better. When he gets serious, I want to win. That's when he starts. That's when he starts tightening up. And it's like, I wish I could tell him. But
that's like everybody. I mean, you got to be having fun when you're doing it. If you're having fun, you're taking that little extra risk. You're throwing that extra flair in it, and that makes you that much better. When you're tense, and I mean, a perfect example of this would be my Blade Toberfest versus Seth. When you're tense and you're panicked going in there, it shows, and it shows quick.
Yeah. You start losing your flexibility, you start losing your creativity, you start losing, it's like, oh, I got to do this. And then it's like, oh, man, it's like, it's
all the things that you have to do. You're going down the list of all the things that I have to make sure that I have the proper blade alignment and bone structure and blah, blah, blah. And all these, no. What you have to do is you have to play.
Yes.
And that's what this is. I'm getting. That's why I always like we're a bunch of fat old nerds hitting each other with glow sticks. Come on,
it's the best part.
We will
so true.
Go hit that in the next year, and when he does, it is gonna be a fucking terror.
Yeah,
Moving to it now, but I'm so excited to see where he's gonna be.
Once he gets, once he gets his taste of the actual actual organized competition, so if he's working towards like Sun Crusher and stuff, and he gets a taste of that, sometimes that's that little bit of the saber drug that we keep we hand out, right? It's like
he's already been to that one tournament in Nevada, right?
No, he went to the Saber Strong in Tennessee. And he pulled out of pools there, and he did quite well in the eliminations.
Nice.
And in our tournament, he had some tough competition. He got knocked out early, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it was beasts. He was up against
Sun Crusher. I'm really excited to see where he does there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we had some really strong people turning out for our tournament, and so it really was a tough tournament. So a lot of people got outed pretty quickly. So, but that was a really good one. But again, he did really well for those that he went up against. So
your guys' tournament was an open tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell all my fighters that go to my open tournaments, I go, don't expect to get past the first DE, because open tournaments are so much harder than invitationals or in-school tournaments. Those are the hard, because you don't know who's going to be there, and the people who show up are usually the toughest freaking people around. And so Like him getting ousted immediately early on, like that don't mean anything.
But the thing is, it's you can actually now, as you're guiding him through, say, hey, let's go to this tournament, right, where you know you can do well, right, and say, hey, let's train for this one. You know, last time we were there, it was hard. Let's see if we can get out of the pools, right? It's like you can set up that kind of like, you know, like that journey for him, which is really nice too, as you know, as senior members of the group, right? So yeah, I think that's
taking from the losses, he's so fast to sponge off of the learning experience. Losses don't mean anything to him. Losses are just another learning experience, and that's what Ryan and I are always like. Yes, this is what we, because again, you can get those guys that are gonna beat themselves up over losing, and it's like, dude, come on. Whereas him, it's like, wow, okay, right on. That's good, Roland.
Soak it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Learn from our losses and get better.
Yeah. You know, the faster we can learn from those and make it our own and say, okay, I'm not going to do that again, or I'm going to try this. Right. I mean, that's I think what makes a good fighter. It's like, you know, we're not copying anybody. We're not mimicking anybody. It's like, look, you know what? I'm going to go out, get my experience, and I'm going to learn, you know, for lack of better terms, hard knock style, right? It's like, especially in this field, because there's no established schools, you know, like we're starting to do that now with SNAP and, you know, have holocrons and, you know, stuff, and, you know, give pointers, you know, and we have all the traditional stuff, but you know, the Saber world is literally, for me, it's a great equalizer, because you can have a great martial artist and a noob, you know, that just picks up a lightsaber, and you can have a great match. You know, I've seen it happen. So, you know, yeah, it's one of those things where it's really neat to see how some of the people coming up through the ranks, you know, as they pick up their saber, how they develop.
And we just saw that tonight with Michael Sprague, an old school martial artist guy, versus Christie.
Yeah.
And they had fun in that fight. They both came away from that fight going, and you saw how she was learning, and you saw how he had to respect this and was moved back, and you saw that. And so that's why this is why this is, you said it, it's a perfect equalizer. This is so much fun. All these different backgrounds, these people from all these different areas. I have a background in this and that, and he's got a background from this and this. But it makes it so much fun when we come together and it's like, ooh, this is so cool.
Agreed. And being able to share that's the thing, right? I mean, there's a you know, just a little while ago there was this air about, oh, martial artists, you know, they're all like, you know, they're all together. It's like, no, you know, the good martial artists, they want to share. I mean, they want to share and help other people get better. And so that's why coming together and just sharing what we know and say, hey, try this, you know, try that. That might work for you. You know, that's the best part of, you know, this emerging, you know, this emerging art, right? That's what I'm going to call it. So, but yeah.
We try not to be that sort of Ameradote, Master Ken style.
Oh, hey, strike the groin.
Wow.
You stop the groin.
Stop the groin.
I might have showed a couple of combos that included groin strikes yesterday, but I'm sure it's okay. Like, they're not going to use it, right?
Fine, just raise it up 2 inches, you're good.
We literally have.
Exactly.
I have now created a 3-hit combo that involves beating a blade, hitting someone in the chest, then hitting him in the foot, and then rising back up and hitting him in the dick. Like, look, you know, if you can't get him in the chest, you can't get him in the foot, you might as well go for the groin.
At that point,
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, if they're smart, they got a cup on anyway. So if they don't, and you ring the bell, then that's on them. So yeah, I'm good with that.
That's why we wear cups and groin protectors anyway. So
exactly right.
No, we don't.
Everyone invest in a cup.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Nick.
Hit the groin as much as you can, man. Like, it's, you know, punish us. Like, we don't care. We're masochists out here. I would not recommend it, though. I would not recommend not wearing a cup. We only do that because we've just gotten really used to getting hit in the groin all the time.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's
so
how.
No more kids for you guys. Okay.
Oh.
You know, I don't want kids, so it works out really well. No, it's a sad day when you can say, like, I get hit in the groin and I can literally be like, oh, are you okay? No, I'm fine. What's up? Like, let's keep going. Like, it's a
tender or tough in the nuggets. You're good.
You know, that's dojo talk for us. Like, the black belts at my dojo's like, dude, you want a cup? No, okay, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've been there. It's like, okay, you know. Oh man.
Well, thank y'all
Don't come
so
to
much
me
for
with
doing this. This was
Really
No,
appreciate you guys. Thank you very
thanks
much.
for having us, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate allowing me
Absolutely.
to come on tonight. So
Anytime.
Yeah, this was
Please.
fun as
it was
usual.
fun.
Yep.
Absolutely.